Hello everyone, and welcome back to Chaosville, and I shall be your master of horror for the evening, lying in bed mod. So, we are once again in a basement, and we have a little thing on here called the Magician's Workbench. This is from Ars Magica 2, I also upgraded it. There is an upgrade for this. Let me show it to you. So, this is the default one that you make. You need a log there, 2 planks, 2 slabs, chests, fairly straightforward stuff. And you upgrade it with more or less more of the same in a piece of gold. The base one has a 2x2 here, the upgraded version, the upgrade gives you the 3x3, and it remembers different recipes, and it tells you which ones that you're missing ingredients for, and that's going to be very helpful for this particular purpose. It also has an inventory, which, when there are items in, makes the chest noise. Very nice. And it looks decently eclectic enough to have down here, I think. So, I think that's a fantastic little decoration. So, last time, we began our quest into sorting out circle magic. Now, circle magic requires that we draw these different circles. Let me see, that's page 1. So, yeah. We need to draw circles using coloured chalk with a heart glyph, that's the gold symbol there, in the centre. An altar is often needed for power. So, we are looking to make some circle chalk as well as an altar. And the altar is the first thing that we're looking at. Because, to make an altar, we need, there's a bunch of different altars from different mods, but this is what we need. We need stone bricks, rowan wood, which is one of the trees that we grew last time, a water bottle, a breath of the goddess, and exhale of the horned one. Now, we made a bunch of these from birch and from oak saplings last time as well. So let me see if I've got any of those. Let's see, breath of the goddess, and we don't appear to have exhale of the horned one, unless I've shoved it in here. Apparently I didn't shove it in there. Okay. But that's fairly easy because we have a ton of oak tree saplings. So we'll go upstairs and we'll smelt some of those. I also finally went into the nether and got a bunch of glowstone and stuff, which allowed me to make this fume funnel, which sort of functions as an upgrade, the first level of upgrade to the witch's oven. Requires a lot of iron as well as some glowstone in a lava bucket, which you do get the bucket holding the lava back. And it makes a fume funnel, which increases the likelihood, makes it cook just a little bit faster, and increases the likelihood of you getting something in here. So, let's add some fuel into this, and we can watch it go. Now, an altar is basically a power plant for witchery. It generates energy that your nearby circles and magic items and such can use. So, for example, circles. Circle magic, as described here, often need power. So let's see if we skip to one like that. This Rite of Binding requires 500 altar power. And altar power is also used for some devices, so for example the distillery, which we will hopefully also be making today. Oh, yep, there we go. Excellent home, we need 2 of these. Also requires altar power to work. And it has a range of about 16 blocks, so basically a chunk away from the altar, within which you can get power, which is fairly large, considering how easy the you can tear apart the altar and move it somewhere else, and it won't really matter much. But there are a bunch of different factors as to how much power you can get out of the altar. So, for example, you can add different foci or focus items to the top of it, such as a chalice, a skull, and a candelabra. And it is also responsive to certain environmental things. For example, if you have a bunch of trees around, or if you have a bunch of plants around, a bunch of different crops around, then it will be better at getting power. So we need stone brick, and let's shove those in there. Stick that back, and then we need to fill these glass bottles with water. Fortunately, I still have this over here, and we need water bottle there. Bricks, rowan wood, and breath of the goddess, and exhale of the horned one. I don't know if it matters which way you put them around. No, it doesn't. That gets us 3 altar blocks. Now we need to actually have just the 3. We need 6 of these, and I'm going to go and install this under the deck, because I have an idea for this front porch area. So let's dig a little down here. And it's going to be, of course, my pickaxe. Of course, that breaks just then. I have a bunch of wood down here, don't I? Right. I actually also have another axe down here, but I'm going to leave that farming thing before I can enchant it. Okay. And yeah, this remembers a whole ton of stuff. I don't know if it has a limit yet, because I haven't hit it, but handy, because it makes crafting things that little bit faster. And you don't actually have to be a wizard to use it, so that's helpful. Okay, so let's have our altar down under here. Let's leave a space for focus items, which go on top of it. Which we may make one or two of this episode, I'm not positive. Okay, so let's build our altar. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. It makes this nice little cover on the top of it. Yep, very nice. And we are getting already 1,179 power. And the ×1 there is the rate at which it is increasing, which is sort of 10 per tick. You can increase that quite a bit. And the biome does affect how much power you get. So that is already quite nice. And to, let's see, the chalice, which is an upgrade to the capacity, requires an attuned stone, which we're going to have to make one of in a second anyways. Gold nuggets, mostly gold, and that's the attuned stone. Whiff of magic, diamond, and lava bucket. The whiff of magic you get from the rowan sapling, which is why I made the fume funnel first. And the chalice requires redstone soup, which you make in the kettle, which we haven't built just yet. And the candelabra, there you are, also requires attuned stone. You can kind of see it in the item there, as well as torches and iron. That's the cheapest one to make, and that just increases the recharge rate. But let us cover this up again. Candelabra also gives off light, and there's, I don't know if you can use all of the different skulls in the game, but you can definitely use wither skeleton skulls and normal skeleton skulls. Oh no! That's not the one. That's not what I want to say at all. Okay, wither skeleton skulls and normal skeleton skulls, which increase the capacity. So some that, for example, that is only producing 1,000 at the moment. You can get it up to, I think it's like 8,000 is the most expensive thing. In fact, we can take a look, because I believe that is for infusing. Let's see, 4,000. I'm gonna need 4,000 at one point for something later, anyways. There is an infusion one, which requires that you have about 6 or 7, maybe 8,000. There it is. Rite of Binding. Bind a tamed owl, toad, or cat as a familiar. These, well, other than the demonic blood, are fairly easy to come by. Altar power 8,000, not so much. So at that point, it's kind of helpful to have a dedicated altar where you just have a ton of stuff inside of it. And nearby. Ooh dear, it's a bloodbath. Crane slain by Gar. Bunt slain by Crane. Okay. But now that we've gotten that altar up and running, let's us make a distillery. Just shove that back in. So a distillery is sort of a variant of the brewing stand. So you've got the attuned stone, which we'll make just now. So that is a lava bucket, a diamond, and a whiff of magic, which, if you remember, comes from the rowan saplings. That gets you an attuned stone. An attuned stone basically functions sort of like a battery. If the altar is the power plant, then the attuned stone is the battery. And there is a specific ritual that you have to go through and circle magic to charge these for different purposes, wherein you can then use them as like an on-the-go battery for things. They're usually typically one use. They don't use up they don't have like a durability. They don't use up a certain volume of their power. They always use the entirety. Maybe that'll be in a later update for Witchery, I don't know, it would be nice. Okay, but now we need a attuned stone, and 2 gold, and it is then 4 iron and 2 clay jars, which I have sitting upstairs inside of the witch's oven. Ooh, oh, and yes, we recently installed Morpheus, which basically gives a voting system to what will go today, and the glintweed has kind of gone crazy around here. Oh, yep, you can see Crane Song went to bed there, so that triggered. The Ender Blaze, or the Ember Moss, has been causing visitors a lot of trouble, but the glintweed is going crazy. It's sort of basically a placeable torch, so I've just been harvesting it as I need. But I may replace that with something else later, so let's see. Clay jars, we only need 2, but I'll take another 16 with me. Not that I need to worry about efficiency, because the altar provides everything. So down here, okay, so clay jar, gets us a distillery. And it looks like this does just use the 8 most recent recipes, rather than letting you scroll through them all. But that's fine. If you're making something a lot, then you can. There are some alternative options. Also, the distillery recipe looks really weird here. That's some funky rendering. But anyways, our distillery can go. Let's plug it here, and it is not getting power here, so let's shift it over a bit. How about here? No, I might have to put it on a bench of some kind, because the altar is about there. Roughly level there. So it may be that this is one block too low. No, it's not getting anything there. Okay, now it is. And let's see, if I shove this over here then, and stick those in, no. Okay, now it's getting power. It's being very strange. But you can see that after I've added in the clay pots, they all come out here. I don't know if it's actually like a gauge. Yeah, but of course it holds up to a stack, so this is more of a am I low on pots kind of thing than anything else. Okay, and into here we stick the 2 ingredients, and that produces up to 4. So we can see some of the recipes here. So foul fume and some quicklime makes oil of vitriol in a slime bowl. Breath of the Goddess and Lapis makes Tear of the Goddess with magic, all this sort. There are 4 pages here that you can get different things. Ender Dew is used for 1 or 2 things. We might have use for that later. This is the one you really need to worry about. Is a diamond and oil of vitriol makes the diamond vapor. Diamond vapor is used for some fairly high tier things. And as is refined evil, which is used for some stuff, but you need gas tiers for that, and gas are really annoying to shoot down. But our thing that we are shoving into there, that we need to get, is Tear of the Goddess and the Lapis Lazuli, I believe, because we need to get Tear of the Goddess to make our first ritual chalk. So let me just grab the wood ash, and let me grab some lapis, and let's grab some Tear of the Goddess, or Breath of the Goddess. Do we not have any more of that? Oh, I left more burning up here, didn't I? Yes, 10 exhale of the Horned One, not what I was looking for. Breath of the Goddess, remind me, what is Breath of the Goddess made from? Birch, right, that'll be an issue. No, we definitely do not have any Breath of the Goddess around here. Nor do we have many birch. Well, I better take the, Mitts of Cheaty, and we'll go and see if I can find some, birch trees around. At some point I need to set up, like, a big farm for them, and yes, I know that there was one that way, but, that's a little close to home. Okay. So, bike. Very awkward hole, but it'll do. I got me 2 saplings. Let's grab a bit more than that. Number 3, and an awkward, because why not? Okay, so, again, I really think that Dartcraft is full of cheaty. Like, this is a piece from Dartcraft. It is one of the cheapest tools you can make inside of Dartcraft. It is just made from cobblestone and leather, a bit of iron, and a force ingot, which are dirt easy to get early on. Yeah, mine. And it serves as a sickle, it serves as a hoe, it serves as an axe, and a shovel, and a selectively powerful pickaxe for some reason. So you've got like 5 different tools inside this thing. It's very, very cheap. You don't even need to do any of the special stuff in here. I could make this thing, and I haven't even touched Dartcraft. Oop, and that sheared some of my glintweed. You can, by the way, hang glintweed upside down, like on a surface like that, and it sticks around. I don't know if it spreads when it's there, but it does when it's on the ground. It spreads like wildfire for Alberta. Anyways, that is a 16. We may find a way inside of some other mods to fuel our witch's oven without having to worry about our coal, but that is for some later times, when I'm perhaps investigating some other mods. So for now, we just need Breath of the Goddess, please. So the fume funnel, you can attach up to 2 upgrades to the witch's oven, so but you have to attach them to the top or the sides, you can't attach it to the front or back. So I don't know, I doubt I'll be upgrading this one fully, but I might upgrade somewhere, one that's a bit more, private, a bit more. But come on, Breath of the Goddess, because I need that, to demonstrate the distillery. There's always one thing you forget when you're setting stuff up. Oh, but while I remember, wood ash turns into quicklime when you do that, and you can use quicklime to generate, gypsum, by sticking that in a distillery with some foul fume. Come on! And foul fume is most readily created by putting cooking meat inside the witch's oven. Grr. We're almost halfway through this thing, come on. I haven't even found one, jeez. But if you get both upgrades onto the witch's oven, it functions at 130% speed, with a reasonably high chance of producing a special reward. Grr. 1 of those. We got 1 from cooking 10 of them. Right, well that's fine, because that should be all we need. Do we have any foul fume? No, we don't. So we need to make... Oh, but this makes foul fume, so that's helpful. Okay, so... Breath of the Goddess. Bit of lapis. You can see it starts bubbling away, but that's this nice little particle effect. And this usually takes a while. So we're just going to sit here and watch it for a bit. And circle magic is one of the most versatile and interesting parts of witchery, but we can also potentially investigate the poppets. These are little guys that give you particular defenses in most cases, so earth protection gives you a falling damage resistance, water protection, suffocating fire, hunger, all sorts. Tool, if your tool breaks, it will immediately replace it. Death protection is the one that we're probably going to be interested the most in. And they're fairly cheap. We just need the Spanish moss, which is hanging all the way outside, and bone needles, which are fairly cheap to make by themselves. And death protection requires diamond vapor and drop of luck, which requires the refined evil. So it's not the easiest thing to make. Okay, foul fume, slime ball, tear of the goddess, and whiff of magic. That's what we're looking for right now. And now we need to make the gypsum. So gypsum has a recipe in here. It is quicklime and foul fume. So foul fume, quicklime, and that can gradually make it up. Now these do have different costs in terms of the clay pots they need. It's usually 1 per clay pot style result, so 3, 3, 1, 1. I just have a bunch there anyway, and if you're using any kind of system to refill them, you can refill the pots from below, and everything else from the top. And we nearly have our gypsum, except this only produces the 1 of them, so I'm gonna go cook some stuff upstairs inside the oven. Mild bit of lag there for a second. That was strange. So let me see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do this the easy way, use some of the virtual videos got. I should probably set up some kind of automated farm at some point for these different trees. And then maybe I can even automate witches' ovens to be generating the stuff I'm interested in. But I believe we're on the verge of our first piece of gypsum there. So, yep, there is a bit of gypsum. We also have some oil of vitriol, which we need for the diamond vapor later. So it's handy that a lot of the things in this mod sort of eke into other things that you're going to want and be interested in. So that's fantastic. I think that's very well done. So I don't have much use for an oil of vitriol right now, but I might later on. In fact, I quite probably will later on, because it's used for a few different things. Okay, so there, you can't shift click into there, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. And off it goes, and our first thing that we're going to do, once we've gotten our chalk, if I had the book on me, is there are different protection rituals that you can put down. So there's one that will prevent mobs from exiting it, there's one that will prevent anything from entering or exiting it, and there is specifically one which will prevent mobs from entering it. Now this includes hostile mobs, and I think it also includes most passive mobs, like that chocobo that's somehow gone into a tree. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig up sort of parts of the underground over here, just around this area that people can enter into the porchway. And I'll install some of those down there. Those do require constant power from the altar, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue, especially if we upgrade it later. And that will mean that we can exit that front door without any worry of things attacking us. Okay, second gypsum. Perfect. So now, to make our chalk, we need wood ash, Tear of the Goddess, and gypsum, which I have quite handily. So gypsum, gypsum, Tear of the Goddess, wood ash, and that gets us our ritual chalk. Gives you 2 of them, which is helpful because we need 1 of them to make the gold, which, as you saw inside the book, you need for every heart, so every heart symbol. And that is fairly cheap by itself as well. I should have some dye around here. I only have the 2 though. Do I have some yellow plants? Yes, I do. Right. So let us... You can craft 2 things simultaneously here too, which is pretty handy. So let us make that. And then like that. And like this. And a bit like that. And that gets us our golden chalk. Now these do have durability, but there's sort of a way around that if you're willing to pay the cost. And that is the Rite of Binding. If you have a circle talisman, which are made like that, diamond, mostly gold, fairly cheap all in all, and you do get them back once they're used, so you can reuse them, then you can chuck in a bit of redstone and use 1,000 altar power, which we have outside, to pull all of the circles that are surrounding that, that are in that particular circle, into the circle talisman. That creates things like this. So large everywhere, large ritual, medium infernal, medium everywhere, medium ritual, that kind of thing. And it also, it doesn't just do 1 at a time. These are just for convenience of when you're in creative mode. You can put a full, like, small, medium, and large, all different kind of variations into a single circle talisman. So when you right-click that on the ground, and there's enough space, all of those circles appear, and you have a full, ready-to-go ritual. But that is something we'll have to touch next time, so let's catch you all then. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and or favorite, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to be notified of future updates. You can also check out the website where most other content is uploaded. That's all for now, catch you later.